I am having technical difficulties. Are we live? Are we live? It's my first time being live. Plug in my mic. All right. Let's see if this works. I am currently using my phone because my laptop's not working and I don't want to go outside with my GoPro, so I can't even see who's on. How do I? Okay, I guess we'll just work with what we have. Whew. Am I live? Am I live? How do I stream URL? Paste. How do I know if this is working? I'm going off my phone, but then I have my laptop right here. So I don't know what is what. Stream. Channel. This is what I get for not messing with it at the beginning. Sweet, it's working. All right, cool. Sweet. Can you hear me? If anyone is there. Because I plugged in this mic. And this is kind of close to my face. Sweet. How's it going? How's it going, Anthony? Not too bad. Really close to my face. Let me set this up a little more. All right, first official live stream on YouTube. I actually just got back from my run. I am a little tired from yesterday. Let's see. Activity, history, activities. Just got done with, I'm not sure if you can see that, but 9 miles. That means I still have 17. Oh. Hey Jess, how's it going? Feel good right now. I mean, as good as I'll feel. Yesterday, I had a really packed day, and I didn't get a chance to actually, I ran more than I should have, because what I've been doing lately is I've been running for 7 minutes, walking for 3, but then yesterday I was so packed with time, or jam-packed with time, that I too. So the class was good. So Jess is talking about the real estate 1-day prep course. It was really good. The good thing is that they were going over like test questions and things that you should know, and it felt that I am ready for it, obviously with a little bit of studying. So my official test date is on September 9th. So yeah, I think, like 40, like 7 weeks will be plenty of time to study. So I think I'll be ready for it. And I feel like you only need to get, it's not, I feel like it's, you only need to get 70%. So 70% out of 150 questions. So shouldn't be too bad. But other than that, yeah, it's good. I think for the next few days, 5.5 days, I'm going to be doing nothing but running, sleeping, and eating. And I'm a little tired. I'm not sure if you can see the bags under my eyes, but even 8 hours of sleep is not enough sleep. And I've been eating like crazy. It feels like I'm eating all day, icing my legs, or running. So, what does your girlfriend think about the latest challenge? She supports it, though she doesn't get why I'm doing it. Not necessarily not get why I'm doing it, but obviously it's a little intense, a little even this challenge is even intense for me. It's 500 miles. Hey Liz. Hey Frantisek. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, she supports me. She bakes me cookies, and she helps me get ice for my knees when I need it. And yeah, she's supportive. How do you sleep now? So for my sleep, I've been getting 8 hours of sleep every night. I usually like to get in bed by like 10:15. So I'll do my nightly routines before then. So 10:15. And then I like to be asleep. I actually sleep really quickly by like 10:30 or 10:45. And then I usually get 8 hours of sleep, sometimes a little bit more. I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m. And then I'll wake up, brush my teeth, get ready. And then at the same time that I'm brushing my teeth, I'll pop a bagel, turn on my Keurig. And then once the bagel's done, I'll eat the bagel. I'll drink the coffee. Obviously, I put some creamer in there. And then after that, I put on sunscreen. And then I like to let the sunscreen sit for 30 minutes or 45 minutes before I go on my run. And I really try to be out the door on my first run by 7:30 would be better, but sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 8:30. And then on top of that, I take a 30-minute to 45-minute nap every single day. So I take 8 hours a night plus 30 to 45-minute nap. Hello, Liz. My husband does crazy stuff like that. I just have to accept it. Yeah. It's just one of those things. I feel your husband, Jess. GoPro or computer. So right now I'm actually using my phone. My GoPro, I was afraid because I have to tether off my phone. And there was also interference from the GoPro and my phone. So I was kind of scared, and it's kind of a little windy. So I just decided to use my computer, but then my computer wasn't working. So now I'm using my phone as the live stream. And then also I have my mic attached. Ooh. As you can tell, I am super new to the whole live streaming thing. I think it's time to bump it to 9 hours for the last week of the challenge. Yeah, I agree, Jess. I think I'm going to need 9 hours. Actually, honestly, it's during my runs. It feels terrible during my runs as I'm going through my runs. But afterwards, I usually feel a lot like better. Like obviously like the endorphins are hitting. I'm like, okay, yeah. And then let me get on with my day. And then it's not so bad, but during it's terrible. But I think what's really helped is the run for 7 minutes and then walk for 3, because then that allows my knees to rest a little bit. My knees are, it's surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, it's more of my knees that are feeling it and not necessarily my muscles. So like my quads, my calves, my hamstrings are all fine. It's just like my knees. And then also, I don't think I've shared this yet, but my second toenail is falling off on my left foot, and it's actually fallen off multiple times. This is like the 5th or 6th time that it's fallen off. So yeah, it just comes with the territory. That's how I know that I'm running a little too much, is because my toenails are falling off. I think it's time to keep it up, bro. take some back picks for the beginning and the end of the pull-up August challenge. Double buy and lat spread. It's funny because I can't do the lat spread. So for like, I can just do the double buys for that flex, but for some reason, when I tried it, like that lat spread that Danny's talking about, the like that back pose, I can't do that for some reason. Like my lats don't flare out like that. But I will definitely take the pictures before and after. So in August as well, because Danny brought it up, I am doing 200 pull-ups every single day in order to make up my pull-ups that I missed in July. So this month I really didn't do that many pull-ups. I probably did like 1,000. And my goal for the year is 36,600, which is an average of 100 per day. So I have a lot to make up. And even if I do 200 a day, that might not be enough. I think that'll catch me up. Yeah, I think that'll catch me up. Sorry, I'm drinking on camera. I gotta hydrate. Do you have any tips to avoid burnout? I'm going to a new school and I'll be doing a lot of stuff and I'm worried that it'll be too much for me. Tips to avoiding burnout. I think when it comes to burnout, a big thing is like knowing yourself. Like for me personally, and I've said this in other videos, I personally chase burnout, right? Because if I self-awareness, that's the word I was looking for. So for me, I chase burnout because burnout that means I'm doing something right. And when I get to the point of burnout, I embrace it. And it's like, okay, bring it on. It's kind of like how it is right now, me running this 500 miles, because I'm definitely burned out, but it's just something that I have to do. And I would say for burnout, for me as well, one tip that I implement to kind of help mitigate burnout is I can usually go pretty hard for 7 to 10 days in terms of work, in terms of exercise, before I need that half days of rest. So when I go really hard for those 7 to 10 days, I'll usually take a half day. So for you, it might look a little bit different. It might be 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, or 3 days on, half day off, or, whatever that is, and then you have to find what works for you. And you have to it's whatever makes sense in your own head in terms of burnout, because some people like burnout, some people don't like burnout. I personally like burnout. It just depends on you. Hope that answered your question. It's kind of going, I've learned that many friends aren't going to be your support on YouTube journey. Did you have that issue when you first started? If so, how did you handle it? Friends and family. I think most of my friends and family have been pretty supportive. I think as obviously when you first start off on your channel and you're still pretty small, like 50 to 100 subscribers, people aren't really going to take you seriously, especially family and friends. They're going to be like, oh, okay. Like that's how I felt at least, but I think that was just me being in my own head. Though the bigger I grew, you got to 250 and then 500 and then to 1,000. And I really think that once you get to 1,000, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, like you're serious. Okay, this is for reals, And so it's keep pushing through until you get to the bigger you grow, the more serious your family and friends will take you, right? And then also, I think it's to each your own opinion. I think if someone tells me, oh, well, like, if they're not supportive of my YouTube journey, that's their own opinion. And like for me, I know why I'm doing this, and I'm doing it for all the right reasons. So like in all actuality, it doesn't matter what they think, because also a driving factor is you can prove them wrong, right? Because nowadays we live in a world of social media and YouTube, and kind of going off of this is I really think that this YouTube game, and I've only been doing it for 4 months, so take it with a grain of salt. It's the game of attrition. So it's literally the people who can be most consistent over the long period of time. So I think when some people that I've started the YouTube journey with, let's say 4 months ago, because there's this whole YouTube community, and I think for the most part, people commenting right now on my comment sections, they're the ones that have stayed. You know, there's a few that, you know, have grown with me since the beginning when we were both 100 followers, and then everyone grew to like 1,000, and now we're all at like 1,000. But I've also seen people drop off, right? Some people are going to they'll post, you know, 3 times a week for 3 weeks, and then it kind of dies off. And I look back at some of my old comments or my old videos comment section. I'm like, okay, where did that person go? Or, you know, so it's a game of attrition, and then you do it for the long haul. And the key is to find a posting schedule that works for you. What works for me is daily videos, but at the same time, that's what works for me. But you have to find what works for you, whether that's 2 days a week, 3 days a week. And I know, Anthony, that you're doing these daily videos as well with the non-editing, and that's kind of a whole subject for itself, because as you've probably noticed, it's way easier. You just film and then you just put it on. So it's way less work than doing these crazy edits, and that's also my personal style as well. Okay, do you have any tips? How is a toenail holding up? It's barely. It looks like a. Do you guys want to see my toenail? I'll wait for responses before I just like put my foot on the camera. But the nail is basically coming off, and it's like it's kind of like speaking to you a little bit. All right. So here, not sure you can see. So it's here. Look. It's like kind of flexes up. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, that's enough of my feet. Okay. It's true for me. That's okay. The community. Yes. When do you find out about your test? So my real estate licensing test is actually on September 9th. So that was the earliest date that they had available. Actually, they had September 4th available, but it was on a Friday, and I was like, I don't want to take a test on a Friday, so I took the next available one, which is on a Tuesday. So I'll be taking it September 9th, and then that's my official test date. And you find out, I believe, right after if you pass or fail. So I'll find out September 9th. Vince is nailing it now that I'm getting closer to 1K. My friends are taking it more seriously, but I do it for me and share the world. Yeah, I really think once, and like Liz, you're probably experiencing this, and I know Dimitri as well, it's that social proof is real. So once you get over 1,000, your family and friends take you more seriously. Not only that, but I feel like even like YouTubers like see like there's just something about 1,000. Okay, there's 1,000 people following this person. Maybe like they're onto something. So at least they'll go and check out your channel. And then that's all I can ask for is I just want you to click on my channel page so that you can look at my content to see if it's something that you like. Even if it's for that split second, right? It's like, okay, this guy posts every day. He posts about fitness stuff. Okay, this is something that I can vibe with. Okay, let me follow him, right? So that's my goal to other like YouTubers or to people on the YouTube space is just to get them to click on my page, and then it's my content, it's my thumbnail, it's my banner that has to do the work to like reel them in, so to speak. Okay, ooh, a lot of comments. Yes, I'm live. It's funny because I was texting Dimitri before this. I was like, okay, should I use my GoPro? Should I he's like my, my partner in crime. Wow, I don't know what happened. Dang, sorry everybody. Is this working now again? I'm getting too many things, too many messages right now. People are like texting me that I'm on a live stream and okay, we're back. Good. I literally texted him. Thanks for your chat. That's funny. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Now to go back. Okay. All right. I got to keep up. I'm like total noob at this because there's like people commenting and then I got to read comments and I got to make sure not to miss a question. And then, but yeah, okay. I'm just gonna call you Frant, if that's okay, Frant. Frant says, "Do you listen to podcasts? If so, which ones?" I listen to, my favorite one obviously is Joe Rogan. I don't listen to each and every one of his podcasts, but he brings on interesting guests, and then anytime I'm interested, or anytime he brings on like a super interesting guest that I find interesting, I like to listen to those. I like Impact Theory by Tom Bilyeu. I like the Jocko podcast, but I like clips of the Jocko podcast. I usually listen to the clips on YouTube and not necessarily the full Jocko podcast. Tim Ferriss has a good one. And then also another podcast, the Rise Productive podcast too. One of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. Do it. Yes, I showed my messy office. You. Thanks, Liz. You did it. Right. I feel like okay. How can it's so hard to navigate the comment section because it's like, how do you know which one's a question and which one's a comment? So I'm trying to play like two games, you know. Yeah, Joe wrote. Yeah, he just did one with Ben Shapiro. I like to listen to the Ben Shapiro ones. He's pretty interesting, and I like to. I feel like with the Joe Rogan podcast, it's really well rounded. So, it gives me insight on the different areas of life that I wouldn't like have bothered to research myself heavily in. So that's why I really enjoy the Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah. Dan Voss's podcast. Yeah, I listen to Dan's, not religiously, though I do listen to Dan's, and I know he's had a couple good guests in the past couple weeks. So I'm a fan of Dan's podcast as well. I think I need to subscribe it through the podcast app though, because right now I just listen to it through YouTube. Okay. What editing software do you use? So currently I use Final Cut Pro. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro, I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of Final Cut Pro. I've just gotten so used to it. It's gotten like pretty easy. At first, when I first started, well, I've actually since the 4 months ago, when I got super serious with YouTube, I've been using Final Cut, but before that, I was using iMovie. And I feel like iMovie, if you're a new YouTuber just starting out, you can just start with iMovie if you have a Mac or whatever free software. Just get used to posting, right? Because Final Cut Pro is an investment. I believe it's $299 or $399, however much it is. So I would say get Final Cut if once you get a little more serious, and it's going to be for reals as far as this YouTube thing, because it's a big financial commitment as well. But it does. I don't use all the cool effects of Final Cut, but it's. I mean, I've just gotten used to it, and I really like it so far. What are you shooting on now? Cam, phone, or computer cam? So, Jashim, I am shooting off of my phone. So it's a Note 8. The Note 8 is very out of date as well. So the reason I'm shooting off of the camera and not my computer is because my computer was not working, and on the GoPro, I was afraid that if the stream goes longer than 30 minutes, 45 minutes, a GoPro is going to die. Plus, there was when I tried the test run this morning, there was interference. So with your style, I don't think you need to use all the effects. Yeah, I agree, Miles. I think with my style, I usually just like to stitch together. There are a couple other cool things in Final Cut Pro. Like you can, if you have a bad image, you can sharpen the image. You could do stuff like that. I just, like for me, I bought it a long time ago. Actually, when I first made YouTube videos, which was actually more than 2 years ago, I bought Final Cut because I was like, yeah, I'm going to make these YouTube videos. And then I made like one and then never posted it actually. I actually still have it. It was actually a video on, what was it on? It was like me selling stuff off eBay, how to sell stuff off eBay. Yeah. I agree. The GoPro battery life is not very good. It's only what, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So yeah. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Okay, lessons learned. Lessons learned from this live stream. Use the phone. Phone is better, but also I need to have like a better background. We've got a good squad here so far. Yes, I agree with you, Jess. The squad, everyone in the comments right now actually are the main supporters and other small YouTubers. So please go follow each other because y'all have been really good for me and very supportive of me. And also another lesson learned for this live stream is probably to have some sort of topic because I'm kind of just going with it, you know. Though I do have some other questions from just like in general. How do you tag someone? Name on. I have no idea. Go to your garage gym. My garage gym. It's true. All right. Now I gotta move. Maybe invest in backdrop. That's a good idea. Show you y'all. This is kind of dirty. Oh, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. So I'm gonna take you all to my garage gym. There's a car in here though. Boom. So garage gym. That's my setup. That's my bike. And as you can tell, that bar, my bar, I just put it up here and then that's my pull-up setup. But I mean, my garage gym is not very, I guess, not very, not that it's not nice, but it's, I just got to work with what I have. But all, like the plates are also not all the same size, so that's kind of annoying. But I need to invest in some bumper plates. Okay, back to here. All right, this was a cool first experiment. Okay, I need to do this more often for sure. Any other questions, y'all? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, gotta hydrate. Gotta hydrate. Okay. Favorite food. My favorite food. That's a vegetarian sausage. I mean, I've been obsessed lately with putting everything into a tortilla or a wrap. So like vegetarian sausage and then stir fry things. But I guess if I had like favorite food, I'm a very big sucker for sweets and baked goods. Like I love ice cream, I love cake, and if I could have that for breakfast, I would. Actually, I've been having it for like lunch, snacks, and like pretty much every meal except for my pre-run meal. I've been having dessert because that's the only way that I can eat 5,000 calories in a day. And right now, I'm eating right around 5,000 calories in a day, and it's kind of it. You know, you would think that this eating is fun, but it's not. It's too much because it feels like I'm eating or I'm running or I'm icing my knees. And yeah, in theory, it sounds fun, but it's not fun. Plus, that's if since I'm a vegetarian, it's a little bit harder for me to get in like calorically dense food. So I've had to go like heavy on the sweets and heavy on the pies and cheesecake, just because I need the calories. So yeah, Anthony, I like that as well. I like just chatting. This is cool and this is fun. It's like really like not like no scripting stuff. So this is fun. And then plus y'all can see the real side of me instead of like that YouTube voice. Because I also believe, like I have a YouTube voice in some of my videos, or in like in a lot of my clips, you go like, hey, what's the energy's up a little bit more. But that's just me. How do you feel about being a YouTuber with will affect being a real estate agent, positive, negative, neutral? I think being a YouTuber, it'll open up a lot of doors for me personally, and I think it's a great platform, not only to learn about yourself, because for me, I'm not that creative of a person. I What's up, Malone Money Mindset? Sorry guys, there's like, anyways, as far as like YouTuber, I feel like it'll open up a lot of doors for me in the future. And if not that, then it's good for my overall skills, right? So communication skills, speaking skills, even the skill itself of putting in the work, grinding, editing, and I just feel that if I'm able to leverage my YouTube, I guess, community or the platform correctly, then it could definitely work in my favor as a real estate agent. And that's why I try to be transparent in all the videos that I make, and give you my insight, whatever questions that you may have. I'll give you the answer. Not only that, if I don't have the answer, a lot of times I say I don't know, or I don't have the answer. You'll hear me say that a lot. Like that's not really in my wheelhouse, so I'm not comfortable asking that question. So I think for me, as far as this channel, I'm trying to go for that era of transparency, of hard work, of showing you all day in, day out what I'm doing. And I think that will translate over to real estate because, if you know that I am a real estate agent and you're working in that area, or you're in the Bay Area or whatever area that I'm working, you can be like, oh yeah, Vince, he's an honest person. I know I only kind of know him through YouTube, but he's a connection out there too. So yeah, I think it could work out. Say cinnamon. Okay. You work out so much, it doesn't matter much. Yeah, that's true. Favorite exercise after running? I actually don't really like running all that much, to be honest with you. It's not that I hate running, but running is not that fun for me. The only reason why I do it is because it pushes me to those mental limits, those mental barriers. I much more prefer jujitsu, and I much more prefer powerlifting. Powerlifting is where I started in terms of that's how I got fit in this fitness journey. But I much prefer jujitsu. Jiu-jitsu first, I would say, but powerlifting is a very close second, and then running is like seventh. I can't even think of like 3, 4, 5, 6, but running is not that fun for me personally. I think some of us worry about our personal image and professional image and how they fit together. Yeah, I think it depends on your line of work for sure, and it also depends in regards to Jess. She says that some of us may worry about personal image and professional image. I think it's your style of channel as well. For me, I feel that with all the content that I post and everything that I say, one, I'm not talking about, like certain topics that are controversial, right? So generally for me, it's only fitness questions people ask me. So uh, it might come bite me in butt in the future later on, but I don't think so. Because it'd be different if you were a like controversial type of channel, not like controversial in the sense of you're talking about like controversial topics, right? It's like general fitness, and that's why also for me of hey, I'm documenting my life and my journey, and not necessarily speaking like my thoughts on a topic. I mean, I do talk about my thoughts on topic, but I really, really try my best to say, hey, this is my personal journey and my personal opinion. So take that for what it's worth. Note says, I've been eating less lately, but I've been ending up waking up in the middle of the night and eating a ton. What should I do? Well, I think, Noah, to answer your question, it's a couple different things. It depends on your goals, right? I mean, are you trying to bulk? Are you trying to cut? Are you trying to feel better? Are you trying to like intuitively eat, or are you? It depends on your goals, because with your goals, that'll base well, you'll have to base your eating schedule around your goals. Because if you're waking up in the middle of the night hungry, but your goal is to like cut or lose, okay, you're trying to cut, okay. I would say, because with cutting, it's calories in versus calories out. So it doesn't matter where you get your calories. It's within a 24-hour time frame, right? So for you, let's say you're cutting at 2,000 calories. You're probably cutting at a little bit more, but let's say, for example, it's 2,000. Well, it doesn't matter if you get it in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter if you get it in the morning. It doesn't matter if you get it in one meal. All in all, it's the 2,000 calories in a 24-hour time period. Now, there are benefits to meal timing, right? Because if you eat before a workout, generally you're going to have more fuel for that workout. You're going to feel better. But coming from a fat loss, dieting, cutting perspective, it's all about those total number of calories, right? So I think you have to find what works for you. If you're cutting, okay, this is for me personally, and I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting when it comes to cutting. And I know someone just asked a question on what do I think about fasting. Thoughts on fasting? Fasting is great. I think I'm fasting from the perspective. The only reason that I use fasting is for cutting reasons, right? And then this kind of wraps with Noah's question of, like if you're trying to cut, it's for me, I like to do intermittent fasting because when I wake up, I'll drink a cup of coffee and I'll push my meals back, right? Or I mean, you don't have to have coffee or anything. You just push your meals back, and then you can have one bigger meal so that you're more satiated, so that you're like fuller for when you do eat, but you have to suffer that first, 4 to 6 hours after you wake up. And for me, when I'm cutting, that's something that I am okay with, right? Because I'm like, okay, I know I'm suffering for the first 4 to 6 hours, but I get to have bigger meals. And as long as I stay with like in the range of those calories, like 2,000 calories, as I said, then you'll lose weight. So all in all, Noah, you just have to find a way that works well for you to get your total number of calories, whatever that is, that may be for you. And then also keep this in mind as well. The food that you eat will also like keep you fuller for longer, right? So generally speaking, there's like empty calories. So empty calories are foods that you eat that give you like not much nutritional value. Plus, they don't keep you full for long. So chips, candy, stuff like that. And then if you're trying to lose weight, if you eat more fibrous foods, if you eat more protein, those types of foods will keep you fuller for longer. And then so you won't feel as hungry throughout the day as well. So that's another tip. I think this person on for dedication. This is a good hello all. Best of luck. So Mark asked, I'm trying to figure out how to handle school and get a real estate license. Any advice? Mark, I would say it's time. You have to be very, very smart with your time. So ask yourself where you can be like like efficiency. I think efficiency is very key if you want to get a lot of things done, right? So are you watching Netflix? Are you what activities can you be putting to the side and so that you can focus on your real estate license and right? It's also like efficiency, but also you have to think about like your energy as well. You know, where like what time do you work best? So if you work best in the mornings, then you need to do all your hard tasks in the mornings. And then if you know you're like for me, I work best in the mornings, but I hit a slump after like 5 p.m. and I can't do anything that's really thought provoking. So studying for my real estate license not happening after 5 p.m. So those tasks I leave the easier tasks for later on in the day, right? So commenting on YouTube videos or doing mundane tasks or like my chores, right? Because that doesn't take a lot of thought process. So it's finding time within the days to where you can like so that you can be efficient, but also your energy when you work best, knowing yourself, self-awareness. Noah asked, do you work in handstands in your workout or not? So I don't work handstands in my workout. I haven't for a long time. The last time I did handstand workouts were in high school. I actually don't really do a lot of calisthenics. The only like calisthenics things that I do are the pull-ups. And that's just because, I mean, pull-ups are a great exercise. Hi, everyone. You're awesome. Go Dodgers. Boo, Dodgers. Yeah, we finally got one back yesterday, Anthony. It was just so defeating watching that first game. And we were, I think it was like 1-1. And then the 7th, 8th, and 9th, we just threw it away. And then I couldn't even watch the second game because I checked like the score and I was like, oh, we're too far. It was like 5-1 or 6-1, but we got one back yesterday. Thoughts on fasting? Redhead goes, fasting is good. I think fasting, and actually, while we're on the topic of fasting, keto, whatever diet, I feel like those things are a tool in your tool belt, right? So fasting is good, but you also have to ask why you're fasting. Are you doing it for atrophy reasons? Are you doing it for dieting reasons, for cutting reasons, or are you doing it for like religious reasons, right? Because Ramadan, they fast, right? So it depends why you're doing it. Most people will fast for dietary reasons and to lose weight. And going back to if you go losing weight, all it is calories in versus calories out. So it doesn't matter if you fast and get 2,000 calories versus if you eat 20 meals and you get 2,000 calories, it'll be pretty much the same. And I say pretty much the same because there are like might be like 0.0001. It's like that stuff is negligible. But if you're talking about like a fat loss, then calories in versus calories out. Props to anyone who gets the real estate license. Say 5 p.m. is cut for me, then totally 5 p.m. is cut. Yeah, so I agree with you, Jess. 5 p.m. is the cutoff. It's like actually for me, once I'm done editing my video, uploading my video, I'm basically a blob for the rest of the day. So, and then that's why you'll see me. I'll respond to comments every now and then, but I'm going like 100 miles per hour from the time I wake up until like 5 p.m. That after 5 p.m. it's just like chill, and then whatever like mundane tasks I have to do, chores, whatever, I'll get it done then. I've been working a lot, especially graveyard shift, focus on YouTube channel on stocks, efficiency and energy. I see time within the day is also key. Okay, thanks for your advice. You are welcome. Mark Tino says, what's up, bro? Just finished the church, had to jump on. Thanks for coming on, Tino. I gotta head out. Thanks, Anthony, for coming by. This was fun. I gotta do this more often. Jess says, if you eat crap food with chemicals, it matters, though, in my opinion, because your body doesn't know what to do with the junk. Yep, I totally agree. I mean, it's not totally like calories in versus calories in, calories out is good. It's for the exterior of your body, right? So it's the way that I like to think about it. If you get 2,000 calories from junk food, first 2,000 calories from plant-based food, you'll generally look the same as far as like fat on the outside, But if you're talking about your internal organs, that's when you're going to want nutritious food, and that's how I feel personally, just because I know the difference. If I don't have enough fruits and vegetables, my body will react. Like I won't necessarily gain or lose weight, but I will react in other ways. Like my skin will break out. I won't recover as fast, and I can just feel heavier. So, good point. Good point. Cleaning up my diet made a big difference in my body. Product Timothy asked, what keeps you motivated to make so many videos? I don't know. This has just been a lot of fun, to be honest with you. And I think with YouTube, you have to ask yourself why you're doing it. I mean, granted, I've only been doing it for 4 months, so take that for what it's worth. But I've been coming out with, I think, daily videos for about 135 days or so, 136 or something like that. But it's just a lot of fun, to be honest with you, right now. And then I have the time as well, and that's a good question. Yeah, and it's just incorporated into my day so as well, right? I mean, I've just gotten so used to it. It's just part of my day. It's like working out. It's like breathing. It's like eating. And for all you fitness people out there, because I know a lot of my audience is like super into fitness, with YouTube, it's the same thing. At one point, there was a point where when fitness was a drag and I had to force myself to go to the gym, but then now it's like not even a second thought. It's just part of my day. Right. And then that's how YouTube has become. It's just been part of my day. And plus it's been very easy to, not very easy, but it's been easier to come out with daily videos just because, I'm documenting and not creating. Right. I mean, for me, literally whatever I'm doing, I'm just putting a camera in front of me. I would be doing those things either way, but now I get to film it. I get to give commentary, and then I get to post it on YouTube. And, at first this was one big experiment, but it seems like a lot of people, at least 1,000 people, right? 1,000, 1,100 or so people have connected with this message. And that's what helps keep me going too, because it's not, I think if I did this for 4 months and, every videos every single day, and I only had like 10 subscribers, it's like, well, I'm not, like, I might need to like adapt, so yeah. No, I have to research. Yeah. So that is correct. So Mark and Noah, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. I believe that's what I looked up, in order to live stream. Is any part of the video production boring you for now? How do you get over it? Is any part of the video production? Video production? What do you mean by that? Like filming or editing? I mean, it's like all in all, it's not all of it's not like boring. It's just part of the process. And I think, if you also, another thing for me is filming and editing. No, I think it's been a lot of fun, and I think what the filming and editing allows is also to better those skills, because honestly, I had no idea how to use my camera. I would always, so I have a Canon M50 and I would just use the automatic mode. But now that I've come across, like I'm getting a little more serious with YouTube, I have to get better with my camera. And then, so now I'm using the manual settings. I know how to mess with the shutter speed, aperture, all that, to make my videos a little bit better. It's been a lot of fun because, like, when you get better at something, it tends to be more fun. So for me, it's been a lot of fun. The editing, it's a drag, to be honest with you. I don't really like editing all that much, but for me, I think of it as just part of the process, right? And I know, and this is something that I was thinking about the other day was, like, let's say, as a small YouTuber, most of us don't have a production team, and we have to film, we have to edit, we have to thumbnail, but that is so valuable, right? Because later on, if you do get big enough and you have a production team, now you understand those nuances of what goes into film, what goes into production, and what goes into a thumbnail and all that. So for me, I feel like even with the filming, editing, I am leveling up in those ways so that I can become a better content creator. And it's gotten easier over time. I still can't do B-rolls, and but I've heard B-rolls take forever, and for me and my personal style, I don't really need that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Cool. This has been fun. This was some 17 likes. There's like 20 people in this thing, so it's pretty cool. Cool. Well, this was a good test run. I think I'm actually going to be doing more of this because I should have a little more structure. Next time I'll actually bring questions and answer those if there's just dead time, and then answer your questions as we move on as well. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I ran 9 miles today. I still have 17 more miles to run. So if you're not following me on Instagram, Life with Vince Liu, the same thing as my channel. If you want to follow on my Instagram, I do more of a day-to-day. So, okay, wait, a couple more questions. Do you want to be in an Amazon affiliate program or for all your equipment you use, like cameras and even clothing? I've actually signed up for the affiliate program. And I put the links in my description, but I honestly, I hate to be like, hey, links, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll leave it there, and then if you want to click on it, you'll click on it. If you want to support that way, then please do so. But for me, it's it's like I'm not even worried about like affiliates and stuff like that. So, are you keeping this up? Should we like and comment on it before we click out? Yeah, please like and comment down below. I'll probably be heading out in a few minutes because I only drank a protein shake after my run, and I'm feeling a little hungry. Cool. All right, I am heading out. Next time, I'll be a little bit better, and I'll actually bring some stuff or better production, stuff like that. This was kind of just a test run. So, cool. All right, guys and girls. Peace, love, and happiness. See you all later.